Support for How in the Hell Did I Get Here comes from the Coloring Book Coach. Did you know it's possible to heal your heart and more through coloring and the support of the Coloring Book Coach? Visit thecoloringbookcoach.com for your free coloring book. Hey, it's your host, Kim A. Floden, and we have another great show for you this week. We had so much fun a couple weeks ago at our first virtual happy hour. There was so much funny stuff happening that this week we're going back to the party. And don't forget, we're doing this again, and we want you there. Space is limited to 12 people, so if you want in on the fun, be sure to reserve your spot right now at howinthehellpodcast.com. There will be prizes, a trivia contest with questions from the show, a Q&A with the sisters, and more, including a private Facebook group and a link to the video afterwards, so you can relive the fun anytime you want. Sign up now. We want you there. So, we have 5 funny clips from the party for you today. We start off with our sister Erin sharing a spooky clip about her new house, which seems to be haunted. This is a sneak peek of what we're going to be doing the whole month of October, sharing scary, spooky, creepy stories about psychic and paranormal phenomena and more. Next, we have more fun with stories from Jenny, Carrie, Skye, Van, and our guests Janine and Tammy. You'll hear discussions about everything from how many dead bodies Carrie and Jenny can put into the trunk, to Tammy's plane being on fire, and a lot of crazy talk in between. This is Kim A. Floden, and you're listening to How in the Hell Did I Get Here? Quick note, as always, today's episode includes swear words. And note that this is a recording of our virtual happy hour, so sometimes things get a little chaotic. Stay with us. Erin and her husband Van, whom you'll hear from later, just moved into a new house, and there's been some strange shit happening. Note that this is both a clip from the party and a preview of the types of spooky, paranormal, psychic, and weird stories we'll be featuring all during the month of October.
I came home today, Kim, you'll appreciate this, to Netflix playing Handmaiden's Tale.
Holy
and it was
shit.
Creepy beginning, and I thought that demon was gone, but you might have to do some clearing when you get here.
I just was going to say, I bet, did you get rid of that?
Wait a minute, that was playing on your
time for that shit.
Playing on your TV, not that you turned it on. It was just playing, Erin?
Right.
No, we have a weird thing going on with the Roku where, strangely, as I was recording with Kim on 2 different occasions, talking about that specifically, and I'm sitting up in a loft right now if you can't see it, but if you look down that way, there's my TV.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
got it, yep.
And so I'm sitting up here talking to Kim, and we were talking about the oddities that have been going on in this house for the last 5 months since we moved in. And as I was talking about it, the Roku flashed on and started playing something 2 different times, and then we ended up losing the entire recording the first time.
Yeah,
Which was really good. But Kim, did you get the story about the first night that I was here alone?
Come here,
And
I don't think so. No, that whole
Okay.
90 minutes of that recording did not come through.
what about the second
doesn't want
time?
you talking about it.
Van's here, so I don't feel like it's not.
Erin, we're all woo woo.
Yeah, this
We're
whole crowd is
woo-woo.
these two. Yeah.
We're a woo crowd.
Well, you'll have to stick around or listen to one of the podcasts because I think the story of the entity or whatever was in my house freaking my shit out.
if you need help with like some kind of house blessing, like I've helped with that before, we could go bless your house.
Whenever the sisters travel to visit Carrie in Florida, it also seems to be an adventure, and this clip shows that the latest visit was no exception. In this clip, Jenny and Skye are visiting Carrie, and as per usual, things get nuts.
We can tell our story about when we went to Home Depot today to get landscaping fabric, lawn fabric and rocks, and the edge. We're gonna put a border up around her pool fence so the weed whacker guy won't weed whack her screen off her pool fence. So we get out to the rock area, the rock part of the store, and we needed help because we weren't sure how to do anything. We're basically idiots. So we got that done.
The two stooges.
3 idiots at Home Depot.
Well, it's just 2 idiots, Carrie and Jenny.
Okay.
The guy at Home Depot wanted to know how many bags of rock we want to take today. We could buy as much as we needed and come back and get it, whatever. So Carrie says, well, I know we've carried 2 dead bodies in the trunk. So we know we can handle that. So,
Fucking liar.
no, this is all
Got
Carrie.
2 dead bodies in there already.
Well, and they were men, and they were sizable men, so it's like they were 200 pounds, so 400 pounds of rock. We know we can handle 400 pounds of rock. Then the guy goes, well, dead or alive, it weighs the same, right? And Carrie goes, well, at first, so it kept getting better and better.
So, and his original response to the person who said, I could have 2 big dead guys in there. That's how much weight. And the guy goes, well, just how big are these dead guys? Like it's a totally normal
This guy was like, all right,
He
I'm
was
on.
right
I'm into
with
this.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, he was not put off at all. He was just didn't miss a beat.
That's hilarious.
So that all happened after Jenny and Skye successfully made their way to Cary in Florida. Getting there was another story. Here's a little backstory. Jenny hadn't eaten since breakfast, and she and Skye had an evening flight. So while they were waiting, they were, you guessed it, drinking. And then the flight gets delayed. So by the time they even reach the airport, Jenny is feeling no pain. Thankfully, Skye, being the good sister that she is, takes care of her, and, well, you can hear the rest of the story.
The picture of Jenny sitting at the
Oh,
airport.
nice.
It looked like this.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, yeah. And the funniest thing about that, Kim, is I was talking to Carrie the next day when we were sitting out here, and what I remember is that we were at the bar at the airport, and then we timed it just right, so we walked from the bar to the airport to our gate and immediately got on the plane. And Carrie goes, that's not what I heard. And I'm like, no, I remember that clearly. That's what happened. I know I was drunk.
She walked like this.
Yeah, I did have to cover one eye to find the gate. But I found my way to the gate, and Skye was taking care of me. And then, thank God, those seats are so close together on the airplane, so I could kind of just like pinball my way down the aisles to my seat.
Oh my God.
But in reality, there was a lot that happened in between the time we left the bar.
Yeah, so they say. There's
Yeah.
photographic
She
evidence.
had like
Listen.
a 45-minute snoring nap in her chair at the gate.
And I have many, many fans from what
Yeah.
Skye said.
And I kept nudging her.
I'm
and they
interrupting.
was-
I'm all sweet.
Aaron's husband and our brother-in-law Van flies a lot, as you'll hear in this clip. And he thought he'd pretty much seen it all until this particular trip.
I travel quite a bit. So I'm closing in on 2 million miles flown on Delta, and this is definitely the best story that I've got, or one of the strangest experience that I ever had. And I was in Florida on my way back to Minnesota, and early morning flight, and we're ready to take off, and it was a Sunday morning, and they paused for a moment and said, we got to have a technician come out. He needs to take a look at something in the back of the plane. Just one quick little check, double check something, make sure everything's good, then we'll be on our way. And so this dude walks in and walks right down the middle of the airplane to the back, and he's there for a bit, and you hear some scurrying around, and all of a sudden you hear just like this giant thud, and then the plane rattles a bit. I mean, it's like loud. It's like boom, and we all shook there a bit, and we kind of collectively look around each other and say, well, that's kind of odd.
Yeah, when you're on an airplane, it's more than that.
The technician,
Right.
wanders to the front of the plane, doing his walk of shame as he wanders to the front and goes, right out the door. I mean, he's walked the front. He's out the door. He's gone. And then, a few minutes later, the pilot gets on and he says, "Well, ladies and gentlemen, we used to have a small problem, and now we got ourselves a big problem."
The tail cone has literally just fallen off Van's plane, and things aren't looking good for this flight. Will he get home today? Will he get to experience a dream come true? What will happen next? Find out after the break. Stay with us. Hey there, it's Kim. I'm just popping in to answer a quick question someone asked, which is what more they could do to help support the show beyond sharing, reviewing, and subscribing. Here's a quick list. 1. Buy us a cookie or two at coffee.com. That's coffee.com/howinthehell. It's actually spelled ko-fi.com and then /howinthehell. 2, we have fun merchandise. Shirts, mugs, bags, even socks. The link is at howinthehellpodcast.com. 3, are you a small business owner? You can advertise on the show. Email howinthehell@gmail.com or call 323-488-3303. Thank you, and now back to the show.
Then, a few minutes later, the pilot gets on and he says, "Well, ladies and gentlemen, we used to have a small problem, and now we got ourselves a big problem."
No.
Get me off that fucking plane.
So he went out of his way to say, it's like, so the technician that came on, not a Delta employee, contracted for the weekend, temporary help.
Jeez.
Not
Like,
good.
makes you feel really good about the services you get on weekends.
AKA idiot.
And he says, like, so he went back there, we asked him to take a look at something or another, and he pulled the lever that released the tail cone, and the plane now is released, and the escape slide has deployed.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh my God! On the back of the plane. And so we're like,
But we'll be taking off in just a few minutes.
Right.
Once we have this problem.
While we wait.
So we've got to go through a few steps here before this plane can fly again. We've got to get a replacement for the little pod thing, and we've got to put the tail cone back on. And
O-ring. It's always the O-ring.
Yeah.
Ring. Yeah.
The parts that we need are now in Atlanta, and so we'll fly.
We're going to fly there and pick that up.
And it's on, but we'll get this done as soon as we can. We'll have you right on your way back to Minnesota, promise.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck me, I'm taking my chances with
Honest to God,
Allegiant.
the least they could have done at that point is let us all get off the plane down the escape slide. I mean, honestly,
Yes, because everybody always wants to do that.
no, there's nothing more to say. It was just a day of travel.
Why not?
But I mean, seriously, it's kind of like they always say the spilled milk. If you spilled the milk, you may as well play it in a while. It's already spilled. It's like the tail cone deployed.
Never heard that, but I'm going to use that.
Let's go down the mother effing slide. I mean, we earned it at that point.
Totally. They owed you that.
One of our guests, Janine, is from Canada, and she has an adorable accent, as you'll hear. Somehow this leads us to a discussion about city names that sound dirty. It's hilarious.
Oh gosh, do I have stories?
Listen to her Canadian accent. It's just so freaking cute.
I want you to open the digging ball.
Yeah, you're all talking about how you're sweating and, Kim's misting herself. I mean, it's like 13 degrees here. Like I'm starting.
That's Canadian.
Where are you?
Canadian.
Nice to be in the
Fahrenheit
north.
is Canadian.
I'm in the dark. Sorry.
What part of Canada or Canadian?
I am in the prairies in the province of Saskatchewan.
Awesome.
Northwest?
We are right in the center of Canada.
Are you in Regina, which I think is an unfortunate name for a city, but then we have Tower, Embarrass, and Climax. So
That's true.
Nice. Nice.
We
Yeah,
have
and
a Climax in Saskatchewan.
oh
Yeah,
yes,
really?
Climax in Saskatchewan. Is there?
So is it
But
a-
is Regina there too? Is Regina near Climax?
I live in Cumming. CUMM.NG. Beat that.
Yeah. Aaron wins some of one of the prizes at least.
At one point, I lived in Moorhead City, North Carolina. Moorhead City.
Moorhead, North Carolina.
Moorhead City.
There is,
Wow.
there's a Moorhead in Minnesota.
Yep. And
And you know what
there.
their town motto is?
What?
If you're looking for a good time, you want Moorhead.
Brilliant. I'd vote for
See, I'm
whoever's
selfish.
campaign idea that was.
I'm a selfish Canadian because I need to climax before I give more head.
There's Tammy's laugh.
Good times, good times.
In this story, Tammy is on a plane when someone smells smoke, and they have to make an emergency landing in Texas, which is not where she's trying to go. This emergency landing does not make Tammy happy, as you'll hear in this stream of consciousness rant about just how she feels about that.
So we landed in like Texas because someone smelled fire on the plane, and like all these firemen come on, right? And like we're like sitting there, we're like, fuck, like, and the stewardess is sitting next to me in first class. She's like, you're gonna want to get a picture of this. I'm like, what? And it's like, right? And like, firemen coming above the like plane, and they couldn't pull in like near the airport. Like we're way the fuck out there. And like all these firemen come on the plane because like no one, like, heaven forbid, like, our plane goes up in flames and we all die and we blow like all this shit up, right? So like we're like way the fuck out there, and my aunt, like I'm texting because they're supposed to meet me at the airport like in a half an hour, and I'm really fucking hungry because I have like celiac disease and there was nothing at the airport for me to eat. So anyway, I'm waiting for P.F. Chang's, right? And like my family is like waiting for me at the airport to pick me up, and we're in fucking Texas. Fucking Texas. It's right next door to fucking Oklahoma. And like they smell fire. So we land, right? All these firemen come on and they're like, okay, well, we have to like get everyone off this fucking plane, right? So this is not like no bullshit. Instead of like flying us to fucking Oklahoma, right, fucking next to Texas, they have to sit there and wait. And meanwhile, my tummy's motherfucking hungry for some motherfucking like P.F. Chang's, and like my family's waiting for me at the airport. And my aunt's like, what plane are you on? I don't know if it's like my plane or like your Uncle Bernie's plane. I'm like, what fucking difference does it make? It's fire. So, like they both worked for the government. They're both worried about like if it was a boat or like if it was like these like bullshit. So anyway, I'm fucking hungry for P.F. Chang's, and we're fucking out like Texas. What did they do? They have another plane come back. We're waiting for hours. They could have just gotten us on something and flown us like, an extra like 20 minutes or 15 minutes fucking like Oklahoma. But no, like our asses have to go all the way fucking back, like, or something. I don't even remember. I was just remembering I was like really fucking hungry.
As always, thank you for listening and supporting the show. We appreciate you. How in the Hell Did I Get Here is written, produced, and hosted by myself, Kim A. Floden, with editing help from Carrie Floden. This week's episode featured myself, Kim A. Floden, Carrie Floden, Jenny Gardner, Aaron and Van Beach, Skye Dunn, Janine Lebsack, and Tammy Price. Find out more about Janine and Tammy in our show notes at howinthehellpodcast.com. And while you're there, be sure to sign up for the next happy hour, which will be held on Wednesday, September 25th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Spaces are limited, so be sure to grab your seat right now. This show is sponsored by The Coloring Book Coach. You can find your free coloring book at thecoloringbookcoach.com. And if you're interested in sponsoring the show, reach out to us at howinthehell.did-I-get-here@gmail.com. Silent Partner creates our theme song and ad music, which we found on YouTube's Creator Library. Meet you back here next week for more How in the Hell Did I Get Here stories. Until then, pay attention, my friends. You just never know when you might find yourself saying, "How in the hell did I get here?"
And I always wanted to be a unicorn, you know, when I
Right?
when I reincarnate, and then anybody that like pissed me off in my living life, I just go and stab them.
With your
Right?
Right.
With your
Jenny will dispose of the body for you.
Yeah.
And
right.
provide the alibi.
Wait a minute. This is being recorded. I never said any.
And I was right away on a
It's
donkey.
good, so we do it. It's good.
And
so
Janine
we
owns a
did it.
donkey. Oh my God.